All right, this is a casual video that I just want to share with you on the conversation that I had in my that open WhatsApp group where anyone can join. So I'll not give specifics because I want to protect their anonymity and privacy. So we were just having a conversation about Islam, Hinduism, Christianity, and few words of Buddhism here and there. Obviously, the followers of Islam, they will say Islam is, the real religion. Allah is whatever, Prophet Muhammad. And I don't want to get, this is not a video about being controversial about all this. Okay. And then, Hindus, they have their own theories. We are a very open-minded religion. Polytheism, I think it's, we have pluralism. Yeah. We, many gods. Yours is only one God. So then obviously people are like, hey, Christians are also not saints. Huh? And the funny thing is, the Muslim guy was speaking about Christianity. In Christianity, in the Old Testament, there was killing, murder. So I had to educate that guy and tell him, after Jesus Christ, apparently, I consider him a myth. But after he came, the four Gospels, John, Matthew, Mark, Luke, yeah. He said, I am the same. I erase everything of the Old Testament. It's all about love, forgiveness, charity. Someone slaps you this cheek, show the other cheek. It's all forgiveness and forget. It's all goody-goody. Okay. So I gave my opinion, stating that Islam is a religion of conquest, and it's more like a violent. He insults Allah, chop his head off, cut his this thing. Kind of give that. And yes, obviously, when you start having a conversation, you tend to get controversial. We were talking of Prophet Muhammad's age, 50s, and this Aisha 6, and the same old nonsense. And then Richard Dawkins and Mehdi Hassan, he asked him, do you believe Prophet Muhammad sat on a winged horse? He says, he doesn't say no. And then the moon splitting into two. So, okay. So we were going left, right, and center with all this. And I let them know, I've already made a video on this. I let them know that my daughter is welcome to learn any religion except Islam, which I don't want her anything got to do with Islam. Even if there are good Muslims, even if, let's say, for example, in this part of the world, there'll be very peaceful Muslims. I said, nothing doing. I just don't want. Okay. Obviously nobody questioned me. Why not? Because it's my daughter. If they would ask me, I would give them the answers why. But I absolutely don't want my daughter knowing anything about Islam. So then one of them asked me, okay, what about Christianity? I said, I'm an ex-Christian. I'm not too keen or interested to teach her about Christianity. Okay. Even though it's about love, forgiveness, whatever. So then I let them know that my wife is Buddhist and she worships, she follows the Buddhist lifestyle. She follows whatever, temple, monk and all that. And there are some Hindu statues that they tend to have. I think it's Ganesha, Lord Ganesha and all that. And my daughter prays to, like, if my wife prays, my daughter copies. So they asked me, you don't want your daughter to be Christian? I said, no, absolutely no. I don't care. Let her follow what the mother is doing. So then one of them sent me a private message and said, sir, don't feel bad. I'm just curious to know why. Okay, I'm just curious to know why. Not why not Muslims or why not Christians, fine. Why Buddhism and why a little bit of Hinduism? Why? You're an atheist. You can tell her, scientific minds and the scientific realities. And I said, okay, I'll answer this on a video. I'll give you the best example because I had put this example in my WhatsApp group. My wife's mother. My wife's mother is a very, very, very simple lady. Okay, very simple lady from the village. She's a farmer. I doubt she has very high education apart from the basic ones. Every day she takes the cows and takes them for herding. And when there is time for crops or whatever, she goes farming. And then she has a poultry farm. She sells, making wood into charcoal. And, just a village life. Very simple lady. But there's something that people don't know about her. Whenever she gets time after work, she and a group of ladies of her age, remember she's around 65 or something, they go door to door to orphans, to poor people, to old age people, and they take care of them. And they do it for free. If they need medical treatment, or they just check up on them, or someone is alone, it's an old mother, it's an old father, sons have left them, daughters have left them, and they go meet them, they give them something to eat. And they put money sometimes from their own pocket, and sometimes they go to other neighbors. It's a small village. They go and ask if you can contribute, not feelings. People give little and they distribute this to all the poor. And she does this for 2-3 hours. No money taken, nothing. No photographs, nothing on social media, nothing to show anybody, no awards, nothing. And whenever possible, she goes to the temple and there she offers offerings to the temple and the monks. Okay. During COVID, even though COVID was risky, they put their masks and they went every house, door to door, for kilometers at a stretch, every day, little, to check on who needs help, who's abandoned, who can't afford to go to the hospital, who's dying. They would do all that. To the point where they even got sick, but they didn't care. After they were well, they went back again. So they do this for orphans. In fact, there are a bunch of small children that they take care of. And this is all what she does with the group activity. And privately, it seems she also does some things which, it's her thing. Okay. And whenever there's a religious festival, all that, she doesn't go for party, dancing, this and that. She goes to the temple and they sit overnight and they sleep there. And then they offer monk the food. And so she's a lady who practices a religion in real life. She doesn't take any money. She doesn't take any reward. If anyone gives anything, she directly gives it to the association where they distribute and take care of the poor. They buy chips and not chips, rice and whatever, chips for children and all that. Okay. So I shared this with the group and I told them she lives her faith. Obviously, a Muslim guy said, no, this is not religion. This is lifestyle. Okay, whatever. If I would have given an example of a Muslim guy doing that, I'm sure he wouldn't have objected to that and wouldn't have said that is not religion, that is lifestyle. But you know how they cherry pick. So I didn't want to bother arguing with him. Let him think what he wants. But for me, my mother-in-law and her family, they have daughters and all that. They are living their spiritual life. They pray to the monks. They offer offerings to the Buddhist, whatever, the temple. And based on the values of simplicity, humility, sacrifice, taking care of their fellow brothers, sisters, they do that and they live it. And they go back home with no monetary, they don't want any. They just don't want it. Even during COVID, the number of times they volunteered for free. It's not just my mother-in-law, quite a huge number of people. Old, most of them old. So the values and the lifestyle and the action shown by my mother-in-law, it will permeate to her daughters and my wife. And my wife also, obviously my wife doesn't go door to door and help people during COVID and all that. She has enough work in the house. But her character, she has seen her mother. And she, even a few traits, she copied from her mother And today, she is that woman that the mother was. In fact, I'm not saying this to brag, but when I had been to Ubon, her village, and I gifted her mother a gold chain, her mother was totally in tears. I put that video, Ubon, you can put Helen Machedo Ubon, the latest one, long time ago, 1 month or something, where the mother actually cried because she never saw gold, in the sense she never owed any. She never had any. Nobody gave her a gift for 60 years of her life. I was the first one. I mean, her daughters and children and everyone gave her. But the kind of gold I gave, I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to brag or anything. I just wanted to make my wife happy. That I want your mother to be happy once, because she has done so much for other people. It doesn't cost me an arm or leg. It's something I can afford. And she cried. She cried because she never had one. And then obviously she was showing off to all her friends her age, So those values have come to my wife. And those values, which my mother-in-law has, will come down to my daughter. Because they see each other. When they spend time in Ubon, my wife and my daughter, for those 6 months, we had that problem also for the marriage. She was with my mother-in-law 24/7. When they're going to the farm, sitting on the tractor. And so my daughter's seen this life. And she, you don't have to say hard work. You don't have to say selfless service. You don't have to say help the poor. By seeing in action, actions speak louder than words. And then they would go to the temple, they would go to the monk, they would join their hands and show humility. So that's living your religion. That's living a spiritual life. That's unlike what that Muslim guy said. No, this is nothing religion. If it was Islam, he would have said this is the beauty of Islam. But I'm not saying no Muslim does that. I'm sure a lot of Muslims do that. Not being sarcastic. A lot of Muslims who are helping people in war-torn regions do that. Okay, bless them. I don't hate them. I don't judge them because they're a different religion. They are also human beings. They are also doing good. But here I'm focusing only on my mother-in-law. Okay. So yes, that is why I'm perfectly okay that my daughter follows her mother, who follows her mother, because I saw it with my own eyes. And for me, I'm a guy who believes actions speak louder than words. So for me, what they did, that's more than enough. So in answer to that WhatsApp question by that person, why I don't mind my daughter being a Buddhist or praying to whatever God my wife prays, because of this humility, actions, in action, not just theory, not preaching and trying to convert people like all these monotheistic, like Christianity or Islam, like Zakir Naik. Brother, if I answer the question, will you convert to Islam? Sister, if I answer the question, you'll convert to Islam. So they have that score sheet, which I'm glad that disgusting practice is not followed here. Even Mother Teresa, one of the biggest crooks, who would do good for other people, feed them when they're dying, and then secretly, do you accept Jesus? Kiss the cross, say Jesus is Lord and Savior, because she believed if you accept Jesus before dying, they'll go to heaven. So, and she used to recycle needles. Don't take my word. Google search Christopher Hitchens, Mother Teresa, something. The hell, I made a video on it. Helen Machedo, Mother Teresa, you can say. She's another crook. And she used to take donations from the mafia and underworld and give it to the church. Church was busy enjoying. And she would make, in the name of religion, because she believed suffering brings you closer to Christ, she used to make the patient sleep on the floor and die a painful suffering death so that they could be closer to Jesus. So religion brainwashes you. So thankfully, neither Zakir Naik nor Mother Teresa, these people, they don't ask you to convert. They don't say, brother, sister, if I answer your question, if I help you, will you convert to XYZ? No. Selfless, She helps. You're happy, taken care of. Whether it's an old mother, old father, whether they're shitting and pissing where they are, they'll clean them also. They help poor orphans. And so I want my daughter to see those actual values, not theory, not preaching in chapter 7, Surah 8, line 9, or Jesus said in this and all that toilet shit. Forget. They do. They do with actions. So I'm very proud of my mother-in-law. I'm very proud of my wife and the obedience that my daughter will learn, the values of hard work, humility, and seeing God in every person and treating them with love and respect. Yes, I'll make her a tough SOB like me, but that's later. Let her get the foundations of a religion, a lifestyle that is so genuine, so selfless, so giving, that she becomes a better human being, better leader, and a better individual for the community. So that's all I wanted to leave you with, and that is the answer to the question that was asked. Feel free to give me your thoughts in the comments down below. Good, bad, ugly. Love to hear from you. That's me signing off. You guys take care.